The next bill for our consideration is House File 813. Senator Sinclair, do you have a subcommittee report?
I do. Your subcommittee of myself and Senator Johnson recommend passage with Senator Cornbach declining.
Senator Sinclair, you are in order for opening comments.
Thank you. House File 813 is a section of a bill we've already discussed and passed through this chamber, and the House has seen fit to recreate it in another bill. It establishes a charter school program within the state under new code chapter 256E and creates two models by which charters may be established, whether that's through a school board, state board model, or whether that's through a founding group state board model. And the funding for each charter student attending a public charter school will flow through the district of residence, similar to open enrollment, with the state dollars following that student to the charter school, whether that is a school board option or a founding group option. For students attending the charter school who have not been included in the previous year's enrollment count, the bill establishes a general fund standing unlimited appropriation to the Department of Education to be paid to the charter school, whether the school board or founding group model, for the student's initial year of enrollment in the charter school. After that, they will be considered a public school student. That concludes my opening comments.
Thank you. Are there any other senators who would like to speak on the bill? Seeing no further discussion, Senator Sinclair. Oh, sorry. You weren't appearing. My apologies. Senator Selsey, you were in order.
Would Senator Sinclair yield to a question?
Of course.
Is there a fiscal note on this bill?
I do not have a fiscal note. Oh, yes, I do. Here's my fiscal note. The fiscal note is unknown. Thank you.
The fiscal note is unknown. Did you actually get a fiscal note that said that, or that?
The fiscal note is available on the website attached to the bill, and you are more than welcome to open it up and read it. But the conclusion is that there isn't enough data to determine what that initial year of funding would be. After that, we would be working from public school students, and there would be no additional fiscal note.
Okay. That's faintly disturbing, but thank you.
Thank you, Senator Selsey. Senator Cornbach?
Well, just real quickly, charter schools have been around since 2002 as an option in the state. That option has never really taken off. We started with a limit of 10, moved the limit up to 20, then removed the limit. Facts on the ground is that none of those limits were ever binding constraints. We got up to 7. We're now back down to 2. 5 of the 7 have closed. So this just does not seem to me to be a very effective means of addressing the various needs that have been identified. And let's be clear, the needs that have been identified, whether it's learning disabilities or behavioral issues or dropout prevention or a variety of other things, those are all real needs. But we have programs in our public schools already that address those needs. And a charter school just does not seem to be, has not proven historically to be a very effective way of addressing that. The new thing here is to introduce the idea of a founding group, a group coming outside of the public school system, outside of the control of the local school district, outside the control of local property taxpayers and school board voters. That, I think, is a dangerous precedent to remove our public education funds from the oversight of the people who pay those dollars and their elected representatives. We will, if this does take off, it will be removing schools, it will be bleeding schools of their students as well as their dollars. One of the reasons I'm sure that the charter movement has not had much effect so far in the 20 years that's been around, nearly 20, is that a lot of our smaller school districts, rural school districts, simply can't afford to lose the students. If you bleed 200 students out of a district of 600, basically all you do is accelerate the date at which that district is going to have to consolidate, and along the way it diminishes the ability of the district to serve the educational needs of their remaining students. So there are certainly students who have needs, special needs that need to be addressed. We have programs to do that. Charter is not likely to succeed, and the downside risk to existing schools and school districts, I think, is material. So I won't be supporting this one either. Sorry about that. But let's find other ways to effectively address those real needs.
Thank you, Senator. Are there any other senators who would like to speak? Seeing none, Senator Sinclair, you are in order for closing comments.
Thank you. I appreciate all the comments. I would be happy, Senator Celsey, to show you on the system where you can find the fiscal notes so that you can read through that yourself. If you would like for me to do that after we're done, it is available online with the bill. I do just want to address the Senator Cornbach did talk about the numbers of charter schools that exist in the state of Iowa, and while he says that's evidence of a lack of need for charters in the state, I would say that's exactly the reason why we need this bill. The fact that our charter laws are so restrictive such that even public schools can't abide by all the regulations that are affixed to that, I think it does indeed provide the real proof and the real reason why we need to give opportunities to both our school boards and existing public schools the opportunity to innovate and advance to meet the needs of those populations that the senator identified as needing more innovation and a maybe different than standard historical approach to education. The very fact that even our existing public schools can't tolerate the rules that come along with it is exactly why we need this bill. As far as rural districts, I would say that's just fear-mongering. No charter is going to open up in a place where there isn't a density of population of students, and unfortunately that leaves the kids in my district in a place of not having the opportunity for the innovation in as robust a form as maybe some more densely populated areas. Saying that rural districts are going to be harmed by this is just plain fear-mongering. Charter schools do work. I know many of you have heard me talk about some visits that I've taken to charter schools in other states where the laws are less restrictive and allow for more innovation, and where I've seen children succeed in ways that by and large kids in Iowa can't, because our charter system and frankly our public school rules limit the innovation and the ability for students to thrive in some of those ways that they can't in a traditional system. So I would just say that the very facts that Senator Cornbach brought up are the very reasons why we all should vote for this, so that we can meet the needs of all students in the places where they are and in the most innovative fashion that is available to them. And with that, I move House File 813.
Senator Sinclair has moved passage of HF 813. Senator Cornbach, how would you like to vote? Record vote has been requested. The Secretary will call the roll.
Aye.
Senator Sinclair votes aye. Aye. Senator Taylor votes aye. Senator Cornbach votes no. Senator Carlin votes aye. Senator Celsey votes no. Senator Canoria votes yes. Senator Giddens votes no. Senator Goodwin votes aye. Senator Johnson votes aye. Senator Rosenboom votes yes. Senator Smith votes no. Senator Trone-Garriott votes no. Senator Zahn votes aye. There are 8 yeses and 5 noes, so the bill passes and will move to the calendar.